Wyatt, it's like it lagged a little. Okay. Welcome. This is our first time doing video recording, so we'll see how this goes. I would like to point out that Anne is a crazy person, and she was very concerned about her background. Duck your head. Show them your background.
It is
your
lagging.
Fancy, spooky background. Yeah.
It's not that fancy. We're having a Halloween party this weekend, and I've had this set up for like 2 weeks, we'll say, at least 2 weeks. And then when we were trying to figure out where I'm supposed to sit, I'm like, nothing looks nice. So I sat and I was like, oh, it is, a week away from Halloween. So that's where I sat. And then Marie's like, oh, fine, I need to do something. And she puts that.
And got my fancy, spooky background. All right. So,
oh my gosh.
One thing I wish we would have done on our season 6 recap was put out the suicide hotline number for people. So I'm going to say it here, and I'll probably say it again at the end of the recording. But that number you can call or text, and it is 988. So if you're having a mental health crisis, know that there are people out there that care about you. There are people that would love to listen to you. You're loved. You are meant to be here. So please reach out, 988. And you can call or text, whatever you're comfortable with. So I wanted to make sure I got that out there. But back to our show. So I have a couple of announcements. I just saw Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They have their date December 4th, so that's coming up. So that'll be a fun holiday season show. The Housemaid's book, that is coming out on Christmas Day. So we should go see that.
Oh, yes.
Because it always seems like, I don't know what you guys do in Pennsylvania for Christmas, but it always seems like we have extra time. Like, I don't know if maybe we could go to an evening showing or something.
What do you mean, like on Christmas Eve?
Yeah, like that. No, yeah, it was Christmas Day it comes out, not Christmas Eve.
Oh,
like it seems like by Christmas Day evening, like nothing's happening anymore. Because like Christmas lunch is over. I don't know.
Christmas
just
lunch.
a thought. Maybe the next day.
No, I would definitely love to do it.
Yeah,
I want to see that movie so bad. I didn't realize it came out Christmas Day.
Yeah, I just saw it. I looked it up because, that's our other thing. We're going to be recording a collab with another podcast. Yes. They're called Two Peas Podding, and they do book reviews, like book recaps. And one of the books they did was The Housemaid, and I was listening to some of their episodes, and they were talking about that there's going to be a movie for it, and I was like, well, I have to look up when that's coming out.
I know. I'm wondering if they read oh my gosh, it's a Colleen Hoover book, and
I don't
it's
think
a
they
movie
like
that's
Colleen
coming
Hoover.
out. Really?
I think they might have read it, but I think they're under my we don't like Colleen Hoover.
I know they read Verity. I know they read that.
Yeah,
but Verity is also a movie, but something to remember me, or I forget what it's called, but the kid that plays in never mind, I can't remember, but I want to watch it.
I just cannot with Colleen Hoover. I like her. We are officially on YouTube. So I don't know that we're going to like put out these full recordings on YouTube or anything like that. I was not really planning on this doing much more than clips maybe to start, or I might have looked a little better than I currently do. But yeah, we have a YouTube channel. So if anybody wants to or likes to listen to podcasts on YouTube, our channel's up there, Shaded Reality Pod. I think that's all I had for kind of beginning notes. I do have something later that I need to tell you about Demi and Bret that I think is pretty surprising, but we will
wait that for sure is true.
I looked at it like research. Yeah, like 100%.
Oh, okay.
It's not drama. It's just like a fact, but it's an interesting fact to me. All right, so we are on season 2, episode 7. Macy and Michaela are packing up because they are just ending their girls' trip. And Macy asks if Michaela had fun, and she says she did at the club. The club unites everyone. And then we see like a few flashbacks from the club. I am not a club person. I would not have fun at the club. Not at all.
No. I mean, younger version me, I would enjoy the club, but not older
Younger version me was just as boring as old version me. We're identical. We go to the living room of the house that they're staying in, and like everyone is creating content. Whitney has her phone attached to a window. She is like doing some crazy dance and like snapping it to the floor and shaking her ass. And then Jesse and Layla were doing, they had like a TikTok trend a while ago where like they said what your significant other, like if you have like a really tall boyfriend or husband, sees. But they had Layla standing on a table over top of Jesse, and like Jesse was like looking up at her phone because Jesse's so short. So Taylor's looking at a video, like different videos for the whole group to do together. And let's see. So they like do their whole group thing. They set up, and I don't know, there's like a nod of the head and like a turn. I don't get TikTok dances, but apparently people love to watch them. They never even show up on my For You page.
Yeah.
Do you ever get any?
No. Nope.
Yeah, I don't get them. So Layla's talking about Friendsgiving. Oh, like there's a little lag.
There's like a 3 to 4 second lag, I feel like.
I don't think it's that much. But we will, it does say like in the recording that the actual recording quality is higher. So we're just going to have to like be professionals here and like get through
just
it.
Roll with it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking professional.
Yeah, so Layla's talking about Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving, and she says she needs to decide who to invite, and she's kind of like making a face about it and acts very uncomfortable. Whitney says she wants to rejoin Mom Talk, and coming on this trip was a start to show loyalty to the group. And I'm like, I don't know how that's showing loyalty to the group. So after they finish the TikTok dance, Whitney says, so after this trip, does it mean I'm officially back in Mom Talk? And she's like joking, and she's like, let's take a vote. Well, they all take it very seriously. And Whitney's like, can I vote? And then Jesse's like, if you're willing to leave Mom Talk, then you need to go through initiation to get back in. And I'm like, you all need to calm down. My husband is mowing the lawn.
I hear that.
Right outside the window. I don't even know the last time he mowed the lawn. Seriously.
I feel like isn't it time to be like done mowing
We're done
the lawn?
mowing the lawn. Yeah.
Well, now you are.
Oh my God. Okay. So, and I was like, so what the hell is in or out of Mom Talk? Like, honestly, she's on the group trip. She's in videos with them. Is she like not allowed to do hashtag Mom Talk? Like,
right.
What does in or out mean? I mean, people already watch her TikToks now, like that she's on the show if they hadn't previously. Like, I don't really get what the difference honestly is going to be, but
is
whatever.
She back in their group messages?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that's it. Part of the
maybe
group chat.
Yeah.
So maybe they should say part of the group chat instead of Mom Talk. So Demi says, all in favor, raise your hands. And Taylor is the only one to raise her hand. And she says that everyone deserves a second chance. And she kind of said something like Whitney was there for her when she was at her lowest. But I was like, I don't really remember that. So then they go around the room.
I think that she said, I know how it was feeling like when she was at her lowest. Meaning, I don't remember her saying Whitney was there for her. I think she just remembers being
that probably
in Whitney's.
Makes more sense.
Yeah.
So then they go around the room and like ask each person, since I'm like, they all left their hands down. Isn't that like the answer? But so Demi says, she kind of like blames Michaela. Like she's like, well, I'm loyal to Michaela. And I'm like, make a decision. It's either yes or no. And Michaela's like, I'm obviously a no. And then Macy wants to not vote at all. She's like, I'm the Liberal Party. And they're like, nope, you have to make a decision. And she actually says no for right now.
I know.
But Michaela is like her best friend, my doggy. Do you see his nose popping up?
No.
Right here in the corner. So Miranda says that she's uncomfortable with the whole thing and she's just not going to say anything about it. And she's sure not going to ask them to vote for her to be in Mom Talk. She's just like, nope, I'm just going to stay quiet. Whitney says that she thinks more people would have voted for her if it wasn't Michaela. And then we get opening credits and we are on the Book of Gratitude. I wanted to say this. In the opening credits, it's not Demi who doesn't have wet hair. It's Jesse who doesn't have wet hair. I said the wrong person.
What? I know. And when I do my notes and my recording, I called it out and I was like,
you called that out too,
wrong. Yeah.
That they have like, you know how like they do like the TikToks in between each scene? They were doing some kind of wine glass challenge where you have to like tilt the wine glass backwards over your head to the other person, which just seems like it would turn out painful or like you could get glass to the face. Like it seems real stupid. And I think it was
probably use plastic.
Oh, maybe.
Glass.
It looked like a real glass, but
I think they were using real glass.
Yeah. Jesse's like, well, I guess I could at least get a nose job. I was like, I don't know if it's worth it. So Jesse shows up at Demi's house and there's Amazon packages on the front porch and they are very obviously doing an ad for Amazon Prime. And I'm like, how much did Demi get paid for this one? Because she's like, oh, I love Amazon Prime. They're so fast. Like she's very obviously doing an ad. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, I would do it, so I can't really say anything. But so she's showing some gifts. She got Taylor some kind of cards that are called Questions for Friends. And then she pulls out like this black, I thought it was a brown purse. I don't know why I wrote black. And Jesse's describing how people in Utah holiday way better than everyone else in the United States. It kind of annoyed me. I'm like, everyone does Christmas like crazy nowadays. Like everyone starts planning in like October or she said August. I'm like, there is no way in hell y'all are doing Christmas starting in August. You guys just had a Halloween party. So shut up. But I'm like, anyone who does any kind of social media starts holidays early. Like, it's just what it is, what it is.
Right. I know, because people on like my Instagram are already showing outfits for the holidays. And I'm just like,
you have to so people can buy them.
Right.
You have to show your house decorated so people use your links and buy that stuff for their own house. Like, it's how it works. Utah doesn't just do it better. Just people are annoying. Demi's describing how she wants this celebration to feel elevated. I don't know if she's talking about Friendsgiving or she's going to hold a Christmas celebration later because they're wrapping up these Christmas presents as they're talking about this. But the whole episode revolves around the Friendsgiving thing. So I think she's talking about something she's going to be doing at a later date. I don't know. So they're discussing her having a baby with Bret. And Bret has like a varicose vein that is suffocating his sperm. So he has to get that taken care of. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
apparently
a vein in his ball sack.
It must be whatever leads to his ball sack. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. So then Demi will probably get like endometriosis surgery because she also has issues. It's not just one or the other. And Jesse asks, so if he gets the vein fixed and you get your surgery and it still doesn't work, then what's the plan? And I'm like, well, what kind of fucked up question is that? Who does that? I would be like, oh, I'm so glad that they found reasons and that you guys have solutions. I'm so excited. I hope this works for you. Like, who would be like, well, what happens if it doesn't work? I'm like, what kind of asshole are you? I don't think they're really friends. I think they are like doing this whole thing for the show. They are teaming up because they're good schemers, but they don't, honestly, they're not very nice to each other at all. Demi says she doesn't know what they would do, and Jessie says she's glad Demi is opening up to the group and being vulnerable. And I think they're just saying that because they know Demi was just called out by Taylor for not sharing any of her personal life. So they're like, okay, what can we do to now share my personal life? I don't know. It all seems very schemy to me. This lighting is not good. Like, the sun is going in and I look horrible. Okay.
Well, I have a window right here. So it's like, this is super bright.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I got a light right here, this big, huge lamp, but it's not really doing anything. I need to get, I think we can get ring lights for pretty cheap. We need to grab some.
Yeah, I looked on Amazon and they're like $30 to $50 or something.
TikTok
like that.
shop might be cheaper even.
I don't do TikTok shop.
You don't? I do.
I think I've bought maybe like 4 things from there.
Yeah. Demi says, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Oh, and then, so Jessie says, if you find out that Bret is the problem and it just won't work, will you do a sperm donor? And Demi says no. Like, she won't do a sperm donor, but she says if it just ends up being her, she would let Bret have sex with Layla and Layla would carry the baby. And I'm like, okay, well, there's other scientific ways to do that. You don't need to let Bret have sex with Layla to make that happen. Because apparently Layla offered. And I'm like, girl, I would too. I would have been like, I'll do it.
So
were you going to say something?
This past episode, when I was really watching Bret, I'm not so attracted to him anymore. He has a really long head. Like, really long.
Oh, I muted myself.
What happened?
The lawnmower was going past. The lawnmower was going past. So I was trying to mute so it wasn't like super loud. And I was like, you're talking, so I'll try to do that. Yeah, there were a couple times, I think later when they were in the store together, that I was like,
yes,
I'm not seeing
That's
it as
when I
much.
got turned off. And I was like,
yeah,
I'm over it.
But maybe it was just
I'm
because he
over
had a
Bret.
shirt on. I think I was distracted by the abs. Like, it was like an okay face, but then the body was like real good.
Yeah.
So Jessie says, well, she's had an orgasm now, so she knows what she's doing. And Demi goes, Jessie, oh, they're so funny. They're annoying me. Taylor's in her car, baby's crying. Oh, I want to talk about this. My research. So, you know, this whole Bret and I have the best relationship in the whole entire world. There's never been a better relationship that has existed. We've been trying. We just want a baby. We never are apart. Guess when these motherfuckers got married? Take a guess.
When?
2021.
Like a year ago.
Yes.
Oh.
They haven't even been, no wonder they're still in their honeymoon phase or like whatever. Yeah. They met in April of 2020 and then they got married in 2021. They don't even know each other yet.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up. And then later at Friendsgiving, when she's saying like, well, it took a while for us to get to this place. And, you know, we had trust issues in the beginning. I'm like, you're still in the beginning. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm very expressive apparently. And I've never had to look at myself be expressive.
I know. And that's what I said. I make so many faces. It's awful. And then I'm sitting here looking at my big ass teeth and I can't stop. So
stop.
I
Just
can't
look
help
at me.
it.
Look what I did.
can't.
I came
Look how big
all natural. Just dude, it doesn't matter.
I know, but I hate my big tooth. Like it's turning in the front. And I'm going to tell my
I already
dentist
got
story
turned. Look,
really quick.
already turned.
Yeah, but
Bam.
You can't see yours. Mine's awful.
It's crooked.
So I went to the orthodontist and I was like, oh, I'm going to get Invisalign or whatever he suggests. He tells me he wants to remove not 1, but 4 of my teeth. Like this tooth, and then like one's on the bottom. And then put braces on. No, sir. I will go with big crooked teeth because that terrifies me. I actually have I'm going to I actually have to make the appointment, but I'm going to get a second opinion because that just seems absurd to me. He wants me to go 2 years with 4 missing teeth. He wants to remove 4 of my permanent
it's
adult
going to start
teeth.
filling in spaces. You need the space
But I'm going to have
to straighten the teeth.
huge
To start.
holes.
Yeah. I know. I wonder how Invisalign works then. Because
So
I've never
they
seen people
told
get
me-
stuff removed for that, right?
He said that like they would fill those sections in until it closed together. So Invisalign, I guess, would be the less noticeable if I did that. But Invisalign's like $2,000 more.
Yeah.
$2,000. That's a lot of money.
And they talk like this the whole
I
time.
know.
Hey.
And I'll be
You
like,
can't do that. You're a
drooling.
podcaster now. I won't allow it.
I wasn't going to go that route anyway. I was going to get the ceramic ones because they're less noticeable,
Visible.
but I think that everything is going to be noticeable on my teeth, especially if I have big freaking gaps in there. Whatever. All right.
We're old. Who cares?
I know. I care. I really want nice teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, we were poor people. We didn't have dental work as children.
No.
We
So
would get
listen, I
cleans
told
every
Dad-
once in a while. That wasn't even
I
consistent.
felt like we always did get cleanings.
I remember Dad got insurance 1 year, and like we really went at it, and we got like the covers on the back, like all that crap. And then we went quite a while from like 2nd and 3rd grade up through like middle school or something, where we didn't do shit.
We were those kids who got the free dental checkups at
at
school.
Yeah.
But no, I said to Dad, I'm like, because I didn't go to college and saved you money, you should pay for my braces.
They're retiring.
I was kidding. I would never do that.
He probably would do it though. That's the
He
thing.
would. I know. He said, I
Yeah.
will, honey. And I'm like, no, I'm joking.
Okay, so Taylor's in the car. Baby is like crying. She's taking the baby to Dakota's. He's staying at an Airbnb. And Taylor says they're fighting less. And when she walks in, Dakota compliments her outfit, which is just a sweatsuit with like a crop top. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, it's a green sweatsuit. Dakota picks Ever up from like his baby carrier, and he had a big blowout. So Taylor's like, oh, that's why he was crying. Do these people immediately change the baby? No. They are like, we don't have wipes. The camera crew literally puts the camera over to the counter, and there's a whole thing of paper towels. Like, there are things in this house that you could wipe an ass with. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need baby wipes, you know? So, they're just chatting. Taylor notices his bed is made, asks who that was for. Then they chat about other comments from the internet and how people say that, you know, they're this for each other, they're that. Poor Ever just hanging out in his shit pants. I'm like, change the baby. So, instead, they go down to a store, I guess in his Airbnb complex or whatever. There's like a little store. So they get the wipes. They come back up. They like say goodbye to each other and stuff. Then finally, Dakota goes and changes the baby. I was like, how much time went by with the baby
I'm
hanging
sure
out
it was
in his
longer
blowout?
than. Yeah.
In confessional, they ask Dakota if they're sleeping together, and he says they are. There wasn't a whole lot with that. It was just kind of a quick scene to, I think, set the stage to show, like, they haven't actually broken up, in which, like, Taylor's making it seem like they have. We go over to Jay-Z Styles, and I see her storefront still has that backslash. You know how, like, the billboards had it, but she got it removed? Her storefront still says J/Z. It doesn't look as bad, though. Like, it doesn't look like jizz like the billboard did.
Yeah.
Demi and Layla are there. They're getting their hair styled. We hear that Cam and Layla are in like a huge fight. And Layla says that Cam claimed that she's too critical of him. And let's see. We hear Layla invited Whitney, and she hadn't decided on Jen and Zach yet. But, oh my God, that damn lawnmower. But she says that she doesn't want to exclude her because she does know she's having a really bad time. I feel like Layla, I don't know if someone had like a talk with her or, you know, she's just a decent human being because she's really changing her tune with how she kind of treated Jen and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, she's not continuing down the Jen hate and she's trying to like include everybody. So she's like, you know, she's having a really bad time. Demi is like, tries to get her not to invite them. Oh, they'll just be drama and it'll be all about them the whole time. Layla says she thinks it's just not right to not invite them. And there's drama in the group no matter what, you know. Demi says she never thought she would walk away from the trip in a fight with Taylor. And she thinks that her success is triggering to Taylor. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think what's triggering to Taylor is you being a bitch, but that's just my opinion. Yeah. Demi says it's like Taylor wants her to talk about how dysfunctional her relationship is, but in reality, it is so healthy. So we go to Michaela and Macy in the car with Michaela's daughter, Tommy. I love that name. I wonder if that's like her actual full name or if that's like a nickname too. I don't even know what it would be a nickname to. But I thought it was cute, Tommy.
I don't know, but
little
I like
girl.
It. Yeah, it is really cute.
Yeah. We hear that Michaela has a fear of the car wash, and they show up, and because they're going because her daughter loves going to the car wash, so she's like, I'm facing my fears for my kid. They show up, and Tommy's asleep. She fell asleep on the car ride over.
I know.
You know what's so Michaela
funny?
Is
Jersey was actually afraid of the car wash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like one of my kids were too. Like, they weren't a huge fan of it at first. But it wasn't, like, really bad. So she's struggling to get her car on, like, the little, like, thing where your tire has to line up. And they have to, like, roll down their window, and they tell her what to do. And then she doesn't put it in neutral like you're supposed to. So the tracks just keep, like, bumping up and down on the tire. I never knew that's what happened if you didn't put it in neutral. Mm-hmm. Like, I've never struggled at the car. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Did they yell at you?
No.
I feel like some men would just like yell at you for being stupid or something.
They're really kind at the place where we go. They're very nice. Because like the first time I went in with my car, it also has like the automatic wipers. So my wipers kept going. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like I didn't know how to turn it on.
I've never had a car with that. So Whitney sends a text out to everybody. She wants to do like a bake-off, like the Great British Bake-Off. Do you watch that show? I love that show. I have. Yeah. But she wants to make it Mormon themed. So Whitney says she's going to bring her sourdough bread. And I think it's annoying that she puts the idea out there like, we're going to have a Great British Bake-Off. But then she immediately like takes the first option of food. And I'm going to do the sourdough. Like, tell people we can each bake something. Or like, don't even tell each other what you're baking. But she like wants to make it clear she's got the sourdough. And that kind of annoyed me. But everything with her does. Macy says that she's the one who gave Whitney the sourdough starter and her recipe. And she says that she is the OG trad wife in the group. So Macy is like, she is, putting a little sass out there. We hear how huge baking is in the Mormon culture. They love to feed people with the good Lord's food. That's what Macy says. Michaela says she is bringing her own sourdough. And Macy's like, you don't bake sourdough. And she goes, I'll learn anything to beat Whitney. So Michaela's funny to me right now. She's young and she's being like super petty and stupid, but it's kind of funny. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't bother me.
It is funny. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if any of the other girls were doing this, it would annoy me, but I don't know why, because it's Michaela. It doesn't bother
her
me.
Personality just like, it goes well with being like this. Demi and Bret are in a store. Oh, this scene. I love it. So it's called Baking Me Crazy. Demi asked the store owner if she ever heard of better than sex cake. And she says she has, but the Mormons call it a better than what cake? Because we can't say sex. Have you heard of this? I mean, I haven't. It's nothing. I don't know.
No.
I don't go to places where you bake shit, so I've never had like you need to bake something. What do I need to bring to the Halloween party, by the way?
You said you were making that charcuterie board.
Is that what I committed to? Okay.
You sent me a picture.
Yeah, like
I've been telling everyone that's what you're bringing.
Oh shit. I'm going to be busy tonight. The owner says she has whatever, I'll do it. Says she has
I didn't even go to the store yet.
No, I'll just do it tonight. My nose is itchy. I'm not picking at people. I'll probably just put the kids in bed and then do it. I had to take some oregano oil because yesterday my throat got scratchy and I'm like, I don't have time for this shit.
Don't bring your sickness to my house.
Then we went to pick up the bathing suits for the girls' competition, and the store owner is this grumpy old woman. Like, you literally walk in the store and you're like, sorry, I'm here. Like, that's how she makes you feel, you know? Oh. And she came out and she's sniffing and snotting, and I'm like, get away from me. I took my oregano oil. We're good to go. So the owner says she has the perfect thing. And Demi says, don't lead me astray, Karen. And it's sprinkle type things that are shaped like dicks. Demi loves it. So then Karen lets Demi and Bret to like walk around, and they're talking about a conversation, having a conversation with Taylor at Friendsgiving, and how the Sinner Sunday confession came up. And Demi doesn't want to give enough energy to false accusations. And we hear that Bret is not so quick to dismiss it, and he is annoyed that it even came up. So Demi explains that Bret has dealt with this kind of thing for like a long time, and she actually heard that he cheated on his ex-wife when she met him, but that none of that stuff was true. She also heard he was in rehab for years and was a druggie. Bret says that he needs to worry less about optics. And Demi says that something that isn't true shouldn't bother him so deeply. And he asks her if the attacks or lies ever get under her skin. And she says ketamine helped her a lot. Why are these people all doing ketamine? That is crazy to me. So weird. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like, she's just so annoying. And then she says, maybe your 40th session will get you there. And I'm like, I don't think people just say he was in rehab for drugs and there not be something truth there, and then you're sending the man to ketamine therapy. I don't know. I can't wait as seasons go on to hear more about this, because I don't think this marriage is actually going to outlast the show at this point. So especially finding out that they've only been married for 4 years or less at this point.
Right.
In confessional, Demi says that Bret has dealt with rumors like this his whole life. His family is in the entertainment industry. And I'm like, what? The entertainment industry? So by entertainment, his sister is married to Larry King. That's like a lot of degrees of separation. First of all, Larry King is like a news host. And old. I think he's dead, right? I don't know. Is he still alive?
I don't even know where my phone is.
And how old is Bret's sister? Is she younger than Larry King?
Well, yeah, she would have to be older than Larry King because Bret is 45.
Yeah. But I'm just like,
still alive.
That does not make him
He's deceased. He died.
He did die
in 2021.
Okay. So, yeah. That doesn't make Bret was not in the entertainment industry. And I don't think that because he was the married-in nephew to Larry King, he got all kinds of inundated with all kinds of craziness. They need to chill out. So they walk around the store and think, like, they walk to the door and think their scene is over. He opens the door, like, I don't know if it sticks or something, but kind of like super aggressively. And he's like, oh, sorry, like, that was hard. And she Demi's not on camera anymore, so real Demi comes out. Oh, it's like you're hiding something and mad. She turns into a complete bitch to him after they had this whole scene in the store. And he says, are we on the same page here? And, you know, you have to know deep in your core, I would never do that to you. And she says, it's the over-explaining last night and you being like, we love each other, right? She is a bitch. And who says this? Oh, she says, yeah, no shit. Why do we keep talking about it? And Bret says that it bothers him and that he wants to find out who it was. And I'm like, Demi, you need to chill. Like, your husband has rumors about him. He is not on TikTok all the time. He is not on a TV show in the same capacity as you. And he's not used to probably people talking about him as much as you are at this point. Like, feel a little compassion for him. Like, he's, to me, like, he's not being an asshole, but she really is. We get a black screen that says the camera went down, but mics kept recording, which I always love that in a show. Bret says, I want to know who said that because I want to go after them. Demi says, you're like getting worked up. And Bret says, it pisses me off. You know, I didn't do it. I would never do that in a million years. You know that. Do you not know that? And Demi says, the way you're reacting is a little bit confusing. If I'm guilty, this is how I'm acting. End scene. I don't know. Is something.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like also if I was in that situation and I heard these allegations about my husband, I would have a guard up and I would be like, little things that he would say, I would constantly feel like, did he do this? I mean, you want to believe your husband. Like, no, my husband would never do that. But would he?
Right.
I mean, there's fucking crazy shit that
everyone's
I have heard
out
over
there.
my life.
Yeah. Everyone's out there saying how hot your husband is, the hottest one, like all this stuff. I'm sure she gets stuff all the time. So, or he gets people trying to come at him. Like, I'm sure that can't be easy. Like, I don't have a husband who people are like coming after. I don't know how I'd like it. I think I would get really annoyed really fast. So we're at Michaela's house. Macy shows up. She's hired Scott, the chef, to show her how to make sourdough. This bitch went out and hired someone to show her how to make the best sourdough. Michaela says she can be bitchy and a little petty these days. And they're making the dough into burritos, smacking it on the counter. So I have recently been on sourdough TikTok. And there is this one girl that I love watching. She's either like New York or Long Island, something like that. She lives alone in an apartment, and her sourdough she calls Eloise, and she is hilarious. And I love watching her make sourdough. She makes the most amazing looking sourdough, but she's real sassy. I like her. She has a New York accent.
I went on a sourdough kick for a while, and I really tried to do it. I even had a friend who
actually
made
sourdough.
Well, she gave me a starter, and I killed it.
You didn't feed it.
I fed it. She has no idea what I did to it. She's just like, that doesn't make any sense. And then I watched this one woman
someone
on
kill
Instagram.
the sourdough.
I did. I killed it. I don't know. I don't think, like, because I was telling Skylar, I'm like, I'm going to make bread. I'm going to make pancakes. I'm going to do all this stuff. And this one woman that I follow, like, she did it from day one. And I tried to do it myself then. No. No bubbles, nothing. Like, it was, I don't know what I did. I might try again.
You didn't give it enough love.
I guess not. I mean, our house is very hot and cold. No, I didn't name it. Maybe that's what it was. I needed to name it.
Yeah.
Little fucker. That's what I'm going to name it.
Do that next time.
Yeah.
All right. So Scott leaves and says, good luck on the competition. Michaela says, I don't need it, but thanks. They're eating sourdough and talking about the tension that will be happening at Friendsgiving. And they say they don't know if Jen will be there, and no one's heard from her beyond Whitney saying she was pregnant and not feeling well. Michaela says she hasn't reached out to her yet because she feels like she was constantly reaching out and never getting anything back. And I can understand where Michaela is, like, in her healing journey and going to counseling. Like, she's young and she's, like, at that point where she's trying to, like, figure out. I need to set boundaries. I need to like not overextend myself and always be there. And like, I get it. Like, I can understand it, you know, and she'll pull back eventually and not be so like harsh about things. But right now, like, to get through the shit she really went through and all of that trauma, she's got to be this person. And I say, whatever works for you, you know? She says, Macy says she's in her protect my peace era. And Michaela says she's in the complete opposite of that. And Macy goes, I can see that. Whitney's house, she's baking. So the camera crew's there to see her like do her baking for the competition. And she's very happy with her bread. And I'm not very impressed. I'm like, this looks like some shit I could do. Like, it was not that good looking at all. She's putting the letters CTR on it, which stands for choose the right. And I'm like, ew. I don't like that. That sounds like some cult shit or some political shit, and it gives me the ick. Choose the right? Mm-hmm. She says they have it on rings, bookmarks, and literal shields. No.
Shields?
I'm like, shields. Like a shield.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I thought she meant. Well, in religion, they say, like, we need to have our, like, shields up. Like, I think that's, like, religious talk. Like, wording kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My husband's getting really back into religious stuff again, and we might become Orthodox. I don't even know. He's all into stuff right now.
What's Orthodox? I don't even want to know.
I don't know. Orthodox Christianity. I don't know. We've been having conversations about it. I like the conversations. I don't know about the actual practicing of religion. But we'll see. Let's see. She said, rings and all that shit. So in confessional, the producer asked, is there any truth to the rumor that Macy was behind your interest in getting into sourdough? Whitney is blown away. Her theater kid comes out. I think I have some theater kid. She's like, no, sorry, it's the other way around. And that's what she does. Or this, other way around. She says that she got Macy into making sourdough. There's a knock on the door. It's Zach. And Whitney says she asked Zach to come over to get an update on Jen because they're not filming Jen right now. And Zach says she has been super sick and throwing up. They just got her some new medicine, but she's actually been worse since she started the medicine. I am so glad I did not have this, like, when I was pregnant. I cannot imagine. It's already hard enough being pregnant. You kind of feel like, meh. But, like, people that throw up their entire pregnancies, I don't know how they do it. I guess it's just one of those things. You get through it. You have to.
Yeah. I was sick my entire pregnancy with my oldest.
From day I wasn't one. Around you because I lived away.
Vomiting for 9 freaking months.
I can't even
every
imagine.
Time I would go to the doctor, they would say, oh, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. I was to the point, and this is so disgusting, I would vomit and go right back to eating my lunch.
Well, you have because to, just to like sustain, like you have to give nutrients and stuff, you know? And I
will never forget, I was at work, and this is when I worked at like it was a factory job, and we were eating lunch, and this kid was eating egg salad. The name, the smell, looking at it, I had to run to the bathroom and throw up.
Yeah.
Like, I got sick over everything. It was awful. And migraines. Yeah. I got migraine headaches. I think that's why I waited 9 years until I got pregnant again, because my pregnancy was awful.
My first one, I felt nauseous a lot, but I don't like to throw up, so I never threw up. Not that if it would have been bad enough, I would have been able to control that, but I was nauseous a lot, and I had a really, really bad aversion to ranch dressing. I couldn't even go down that aisle at the grocery store. Oh. If you would have just said ranch dressing out loud, I'm like, like I couldn't. I don't know what it was. Weird. Hated the thought of ranch dressing when I was pregnant. But I never really got sick. So, yeah, Zach says that it's been a hard year with all the pushback and comments from the girls. And in confessional, Zach says Jen likes to put on a facade that she's always happy and okay, and no one sees the truth besides him when she gets home. He says he isn't going to speak for Jen, and he will let it up to her what she wants to share. I'm assuming even prior to this, like, she might just be a person with depression and that kind of thing. And I know what that's like. Like, I'm a huge anxiety girly, and no one in my work, no one in my life would necessarily know. But when I get home, like, I've had literal meltdowns. Like, I just, like, put myself in bed and cry, or sit in the bottom of a shower and cry, or, like, like, sometimes you get through the day and then you lose your,
lose your shit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lose your shit later. I still remember one time, I think it was after I went back to work with my first, which was really hard because there was a lot of people who didn't necessarily want me back at work. They didn't like me as the boss. And I'm not someone, like, usually I'm like, I don't really care. They have no idea, like, I don't really care. But, like, I just had a baby. I was gone for, 12, 13 weeks, came back. I still remember, like, they were just mean. They were mean to me. And I came home and I just was, like, I remember standing next to the counter, just, like, sliding down to the floor, bawling. My husband has, like, no feelings. Like, it seems like sometimes he's like, I don't know what to do for you. And I'm like, there's nothing you can do. Like, it was bad. But anyway, so I was on a work call the other day, and someone I used to work with at my old job, they were on it too, and they, like, had sent me a message, like, because I don't interact with those people anymore, so it was just kind of like, oh, they showed up on a work call. So he was like, like, how are you doing? Or he mentioned something because, like, audio went out. And I was like, yeah, audio went out for me too, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, so I've been listening to your podcast. And I said, oh my God, why? Like, why? I was like, nobody. He needs to listen. He goes, I was invited. I said, oh my God, you're on my Facebook, aren't you?
Oh my gosh.
Like, I said, I didn't think I really had anybody on there anymore. So he was invited and listened. He's like, no, you and your sister are hilarious. I'm like, now all I'm thinking is about the shit I have said. And I was like, you don't know me like that. I don't need you to know me like that.
Oh
my work person is a different person than my podcast person.
I'm sure it is. Oh my gosh.
So anyway, so Whitney and Connor say she cried, to Whitney and Connor, he says that she cries every day, and 90% of it is related to the girls. He says that Whitney and Connor reached out when no one else cares. We see a TikTok that was led by Layla, and then, like, Michaela, Jesse, and Demi are in it, and above it, like, like, their caption says, let's hear out what she has to say. And then, like, they kind of make faces, and it says plays victim. And I'm like, I mean, maybe it's about Jen, but maybe it's just normal social commentary. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Zach says Jen isn't perfect, but has good intentions and a good heart. Zach says they are some of the biggest gaslighters he ever met. Jesse and Demi, that's who he's talking about. Sorry, Jesse and Demi are the biggest gaslighters. He says that Demi and Bret have the biggest skeletons of them all, and he thinks that she's always deflecting. Whitney says, well, what are the skeletons? And they just laugh because Zach doesn't want to get involved. He says whenever he gets involved, it just makes it worse for Jen. So at least he's learning that. Whitney says, does it have to do with what happened in Italy? She says that Jen told her that Demi was flirting with a guy. And we hear that Demi might be working on a cease and desist for Jen to, like, stop talking. I'm like, wow, you must really feel guilty or know something is real, or she has real, like, facts about you, because cease and desist, like, you guys are on a show together. She should be allowed to talk about anything that happened. Zach says their true colors will eventually be exposed. Then we see Layla at Swig. She's getting her 32-ounce Bloody Wild with added coconut milk. She's meeting Cam. She said it's been hard for her because she doesn't know what she did. And Cam says that things haven't been great and he doesn't feel like he's treated very well. He doesn't know if she loves him. She kind of is crying and says she's still very unhealed from her last relationship because of the allegations of being cheated on. And then with her parents' divorce and like growing up was pretty shitty for Layla. She has a hard time believing that people love her because everyone ends up leaving. Like she gets herself in tears in confessional. And I'm like, that is so sad.
Yeah.
She apologizes and says she's going to try harder. He says he loves her and that has never changed. And I'm like, God, looking at Cam, like his haircut is like, it looks like a 5-year-old gave him a haircut. Like, he's not attractive there, Layla. I mean, come on.
No,
Dakota's at a basketball court.
Like, I look at Layla and it's like,
yeah,
hottie. You know what I mean? Like, girlfriend could get anyone. And I mean, and I hate that because I'm sure he is so sweet. He's so nice.
I hope so.
But, I mean, yeah, I guess on camera he's so sweet. He's so nice, but.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dakota's with his friend Gavin playing basketball. They're talking about Taylor. I'm not going to go through all of this because I still have quite a bit to talk about and we're already at like 50 minutes. But essentially what they get to at the end is that his friend Dakota tells him, not Dakota, his friend Gavin tells Dakota that he really needs to like say, we're either fixing this and we're going to figure out what you need from me to fix it because you can't keep bringing up the same stuff, or it's over. Like, we can't keep doing this. Apparently Dakota played basketball in some kind of college, but he like did not make a basket the entire time they were there.
Yeah.
In confessional, he says, if we weren't going to be together, we need to stop having sex. And I'm like, she's not the only person making that choice. So stop having sex with her. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, he almost seems like he's blaming it on her. And I'm like, you can do this part too. So we arrive at the Thanksgiving place. Jordan and Jesse aren't going to make it. They're in Mexico. Taylor shows up. Everyone's bringing like their bake-off stuff. Michaela brings 4 things. She's got sourdough loaf, which actually does look way better than Whitney's. Pumpkin pie, sourdough cinnamon rolls, which I want to make sourdough cinnamon rolls. That sounds so good. And homemade cinnamon butter. Her strategy is that if one doesn't go well, she'll sub in the other. Remind me near Christmas, I have these sticky buns that I make that are not cinnamon because my oldest daughter hates cinnamon. But I use a flavoring from butterscotch pudding. Like, just the powder makes the flavor. They're so good anyway. I'll bring them over like, I don't know, Christmas Eve or something, but they're so good. We go back to seeing Whitney being filmed baking and trying to get Michaela being filmed doing her baking, and she's trying to get the tea on how Whitney's bread was coming out because they filmed Whitney earlier that day. Whitney asked Taylor if Dakota is coming because she's setting up like the judges table, and Taylor's like, no, why would he be here? Whitney asks how it's going, and Taylor says, not good. It's never good. And so Whitney's like, okay, I guess I'll take his judging stuff, and like tears it up. We hear that Dakota did tell her that they either need to work on it or fully end it. So he's at least following through with that. Demi arrives and the bake-off judging begins. Whitney's in confessional trying to mimic the Great British Bake-Off using the accent, and it was really annoying. Michaela goes first and says she'll be testing 4 things. Well, they're like, no, that's not how this works. And she's like, it's not my fault everyone was lazy and I went above and beyond. But she ends up submitting her apple pie, which has this huge picture of Jesus, not just like, not even remotely close to like an image of what Jesus would look like. Like, it's like a literal blonde curly haired Jesus. Like, it's so ridiculous. And Bret says it's a bit sacrilegious. And I'm like, I don't know why, because you're cutting Jesus' face or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
Because it was supposed to be Mormon themed, which I don't know what Jesus has to do with Mormonism, but okay. So Layla then has an apple pie and it wasn't cooked. And she's like, people eat raw eggs all the time. And I'm like, oh my God. Miranda's is a coffee cake, and Mormons don't drink coffee, so they don't know why she made that. Macy made peanut butter bars. Michaela is either trying to be funny or she's being really bitchy, because in confessional, she's like, I usually love peanut butter bars, but not these ones. They were gross. Then her husband said, oh, it kind of coats the inside of your mouth. And Michaela's in the background yelling, ew, gross. And Macy turns around and goes, okay, saggy whipped cream over there. So I think they were like trying to be funny to each other, but I don't know. It was kind of mean. We see that Taylor's apple pie was store-bought, so they like do a clip of her getting into her trunk, and she just like takes the apple pie out and flops it into like a dish. Demi has her better than what cake, and she has like the penis sprinkles all over the top. Okay, this part was weird. Connor, during judging, and like the producers did this on purpose, he goes, let's just say this cake was a total turn on. And I don't know if he was like trying to be like a judge, like, and give commentary, and they might have done that for everyone, but they didn't show it for everyone. So it came across very weird. He gives it a 9 and says the penises didn't bother him at all. He forgot they were even there. Bret gave it a 10, of course, because it was his wife. Michaela's like, how is my apple pie, or she did a pumpkin pie, I don't know why I wrote apple, with Jesus on it, sacrilegious, and this is okay? Like, what? Whitney goes next. Michaela says she didn't tell Jace how to vote, but if he knows what's best for him, he better vote Whitney a 3. Jace gives her a 9, and Michaela says he's sleeping on the couch. Macy yells out, it's my starter you used, right? And Whitney says it isn't. And Macy's like, I don't believe that. So they add up the scores. Third place was Whitney's bread. Second place was Michaela's pumpkin pie. And first place is Demi's better than sex cake. And Michaela's happy because she's like, I won. I beat Whitney. And that was all that mattered.
Yeah.
So they go to dinner. Macy's pissed that she didn't place. She's like, the one with penises won. That's not Mormon at all. And then she starts saying Jesus isn't even Mormon, but she stops herself and says, well, Jesus is Mormon, but he's not. So I did some research because we here are a religious podcast and we're a math podcast. So Mormonism was founded in 1830 by Joseph Smith, okay? Random white guy in New York, I think. Jesus was alive from around 6 to 30 BCE, okay? So that's 6 to 30 before we get to like the 0 year. So that was 1,859 years before Mormonism. Jesus was not Mormon. Mormonism didn't exist for almost 2,000 more years. Jesus is a Jewish carpenter. Duh. Like, didn't we all know that? So they pray. Demi asks if anyone heard from Jen. Layla says she did invite her, but Jen said she would get back to her, hadn't. Whitney says that Jen is really sick, and Whitney like really wants to talk to Demi about the cease and desist, but Zach told her that in confidence, so she's not going to. Layla is talking to Demi, and she says she was impressed with how their relationship is built on trust, and that if she would have heard what Demi did about her partner cheating, she would have not reacted so calmly, but would have spiraled. And I'm like, Layla knows how to fucking reality TV, because that was not like, you know how some people just bring up questions and you're like, who would do that in real life? No, she brings it up as like a compliment, and like she's good. Layla's good. Demi says they haven't always had that trust or the best relationship. Bret really struggled in the beginning of their relationship with trusting Demi. And then she again says how they're together 24/7. And I'm like, so is that because you two don't trust each other? Like, no one is together 24/7 unless you're worried about being separated. And she says he would have to be sly or so crafty to even pull it off. Demi says they haven't been apart for more than 4 minutes. And Jay says he only needs 2. And Michaela's like, shut up, honey. And he actually laughs, which you never see Jace crack a smile. So he cracked himself up. Bret says, if we all had to address accusations like this, we would all be doing it constantly. And they say about how it's cowardly to use Sinner Sunday, anonymous platform, blah, blah, blah. And Taylor says, sure, but we also need to remember that mine was true. Well, that pisses Demi off. So Demi says she feels like Taylor's coming after her marriage, and she's jealous and resentful that Demi has a good relationship. And Taylor says she isn't saying this one is true, but when she blew off hers, it ended up being true. She says she doesn't know if she can get past this. They're asking her if the Dakota stuff. Like, so she's saying she doesn't know if she can get past the rumor and what ended up being fact that he was cheating on her. So they're asking her if he's taking accountability, and she says that he gave her an ultimatum and she either needs to get past it or they need to move on. Taylor's like getting upset, and she says, none of it matters. Nothing matters. Connor says, you need to feel validated. And Taylor says, she did terrible things too. And they tell her, that doesn't mean you didn't deserve what he did to you. It doesn't matter, you know? And Bret asks if she feels deserving of love. She hesitates. She shakes her head and says, I don't know. And he says, you are. You definitely are. But that has to come from within you. And she just needs like major counseling. Like, she needs to feel loved, you know? Connor says he can feel what she's feeling. He says that he was an asshole and a jerk. And we see flashbacks to when he and Whitney talked about the Tinder scandal. And Connor says he was given a second chance and didn't feel like he deserved it, but he was grateful that he was. He said that a second chance isn't easy, and that if she does like decide to give him a chance, they both have to understand it's going to be really hard and they have to work through it. So like, Dakota is going to have to understand that this is something really hard for her. And like, he has to be willing to not just say, you got to let it go. Like, that's not the answer, you know?
Right.
And it's going to hurt. Like, it's going to hurt. Everyone is like, that was so beautiful, Connor. And I actually kind of like Connor, like, after that. Like, seems like no, you don't like him.
No.
I did.
I don't know. I think it's a complete show. Like, what he did to Whitney, I think that if it wasn't for this show and mom talk, he would continuously keep cheating on her. Maybe. And I think that he might be gay.
I think who he was cheating maybe wasn't women. Yes. But I think the producers definitely want us to believe that too. So they do end on a happy note. Demi and Taylor actually hug, and Taylor apologizes for being harsh. Demi says she is there for her. So till next episode.
Next episode, exactly.
So thank you. I hope this first video podcast turns out well. I have no idea. We'll see. I'm kind of nervous to even watch it back.
Very laggy.
Yeah. It wasn't that laggy on my end. I wonder if it's your internet. So we'll see. I hope. Please follow us on all the things. Shaded Reality Pod. We have a YouTube channel. I uploaded everything this morning. So it said it might take a couple days because I was uploading, you know, like we're on 23 episodes or something. So it said it has like rules for how many videos you can upload a day. So I think it's going to take a couple days to get everything uploaded.
Yeah.
So yeah, Shaded Reality Pod on YouTube, Shaded Reality Pod on Instagram. I will share the link to the YouTube once it's all up. And follow us on TikTok. We have a Facebook page where I share the links to go directly to our shows every Tuesday and Thursday. And then we also have a Facebook group where you can chat with us and leave comments. Yeah, I don't have anything else. The sun came out, so hopefully I can maybe move my chair and get some better lighting for the next episode. Have anything else?
I can move mine. Nope, I got nothing.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Bye.